parents ask one common question. My kids didn't like any Indian food. They they like only pasta, something different.
Mm.
Same idli, same dosa. I don't like it. They asking different, something different. Do you have any idea about that parent?
Yes, yeah. So that's actually very, really, really good question, Sudha. Okay, and this is something that every Indian household we come across, right? In everyday life, because you have time only very limited time to cook, and then you need to do some cooking for you yourself, and then some cooking for kids. It's kind of like a challenging. So what I would say, pasta is not a bad food. Okay, pasta is not a bad food. Pasta, you do pasta, but it is full of carb. You guys have to really understand little bit. I want you guys to take some effort, understand the nutrition facts of every single food group that we use. Obviously, Indian food are really great food, but our kids' palate did not accept that. So for that, we need to adjust that imbalance. Make sure that they get adequate nutrition. What we need to do is, um, you do pasta, that's fine. It's full of carb, that's okay. But add chicken means to chicken. If you guys are vegetarian, add the paneer, but shredded paneer, okay? Because in this way they get carb, they get protein, and also they get fat through oils. If you want to add half oil half butter, I would say yes, because it actually, in my kids life, I always add like a half oil half butter. They like that taste so much. So always use this combo with any dishes that you make, and also with, for example, the pasta. And the next one is, I would say, like a salmon. If you're cooking like a salmon, you guys go with just salt, and don't use chili powder, because generally, like in Indian household, we always go with the turmeric powder, chili powder, and all that. But they don't like that. So whatever my personal experience, I'm just sharing with you guys. So they don't like that. Just go with like a little bit of salt, pepper, and they will love it, love to eat it. Because so we don't have to have a tug of war when we are serving in the plate. Okay, the next thing, please do not use them green chili or black pepper so much, because it, and red chili. These three things, it just throws them off. Okay, because they cannot enjoy the Indian food. They cannot enjoy if they have these other ingredients in the food. They cannot enjoy. So please try to avoid, as parents, all these three ingredients. I know it's very hard to not to use these ingredients, but please try not to use it on their food, especially when you're marinating fish. Don't use all the spices on their fish. Just make plain salt and pepper, that's fine. So like that, like a little bit of modification, I really want you guys to make and then cook and give it to them, and make sure that you give balanced food. You have a carb, and you have protein, and you have like a little bit of fat. That's more than enough. Make sure that every portion you give that. Don't give just the carb. That is not the right way of feeding them, because they're growing still, like until like a 2021, they're still growing. So we need to give them a balanced food. In this way, you are teaching them how to feed their kids. So we are passing on the healthy genes to the next generations. So in India, they can see everyone and they can learn, but in America, they don't have that chance. Unless otherwise, we as parents do that and show them the right way of eating, right way of cooking. They cannot, they don't get any chance to learn from anybody here. So we should be the role model, to how to eat, how to talk, how to behave. I think that's the, I would say that is the, little bit of adjustments we can make during our cooking, Sudha.
Great. Most of parents like to care about her daughter and the daughter and sons. They used to only in avocado oil and some kind of some olive oils. It should be fine for her health.
Yeah, so that's actually another food fade, that is called food fade, Sudha. Okay, so we all oils are great, okay, but the thing is, what our body is made up of, it's like a million years of evolved, especially our Indian bodies. It's evolved over like millions of years, and it has a lot of genetic predisposition, right? And that means, what that means is, you like idli dosa because of your ancestors ate that,
Mm.
right? So unless otherwise you have that kind of carb, you're not going to be happy, correct? It is going to affect your mood. For example, if somebody is coming and serving me in the breakfast morning some smoothie or some, just bread or something like that, I'm not going to be happy, because my body will take maybe 1 or 2 days, but not the third day I want to have my Indian breakfast. So why, after coming to US, they get a lot of confusion. Should I use this? Should I use this? Every oil is a great oil, but you have to see what we have used all these years. For example, sesame oil, organic 100% cold pressed oil. And the same thing with the groundnut oil. Groundnut oil has excellent benefit of like sources, but some people, they have a intolerance for omega 3, high omega 3. For those people, they don't have to use entirely the groundnut oil or entirely the sesame oil. They can just mix with little bit of vegetable oil, and then half they can use it. Still, it is like doable. And yes, olive oils are good, but not so good as our sesame oil or our groundnut oil, because it has a tremendous amount of nutritious, fats, and your skin will be good, your hair will be good, your eyesight will be good, your nervous system will be very good, and mostly now we are talking about the cycle, and, menstruation and everything else. For that uterus, the sesame oil, the best choice, more than avocado oil and olive oil, because the avocado and oil and all, it is going, they are pressing and they are like infusing the oil, they are extracting the juice from that, rather than when you compare either groundnut oil or sesame oil, they are taking the oil straight out of the nuts. So it's a common sense, like which should be the nutritive fact, nutritively, like a high amount of nutrition. Obviously the our sesame oil and groundnut oil, than the olive oil and whatever the fancy oil they call it, here. um, we have to see two things. Everything is good according to their culture, because their bodies got used to those kind of stuff. Our body is used to whatever our ancestors had when we were in India. So you have to see the difference and then start feeding your body, and your body will be happy.
Oh, great, Brinda.
Excellent.
Thanks a lot for joining us, Brinda.
No
We
problem.
really appreciate your support and advice on the topic we discussed. We definitely
Thanks.
want to meet again in next section.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Brinda.
Thank you so much, Sudha. You're a wonderful person, and you are doing a great cause for everyone. I really appreciate you and your family, because not many people have this thought. I personally using your product, and I know how good it is, and I can talk about it. Not many people would come forward and do anything about this, but you guys did, and you guys are doing the great job, and I'm like so honored to be part of this conversation. I really enjoyed talking to you, Sudha.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. Yeah,
Thank
take
you.
care. Yeah,
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.
Mhm.